Hi, I'm Bishop Craig Satterlee, and I am very excited that people are already registering for the My Burden is Light retreat, which we are holding October 16 to 18 at the St. Francis Retreat Center in DeWitt, Michigan at the Bethany House. The purpose of the retreat is to discuss my new book, My Burden is Light, Making Room for Jesus in Preaching, which I hope you can see over my shoulder and under the lamp on my desk. The book is available from Amazon and other booksellers. We're going to talk about our preaching, but more importantly, we're going to talk about our relationship with Jesus, which I consider to be, at this point in my ministry, the most important ingredient in preaching, both for the preacher and for the congregation. The retreat is intended primarily for preachers, so deacons, pastors, bishops, of course, it's also open to lay preachers and to anyone who cares about the state of Christian preaching. So you're all welcome to attend, but we need to understand that it's a preaching book, and so it'll be a preaching retreat. We'll work through the book in conversation and in exercise is what we will do, and there will be opportunities for some personal goal setting at the end of the retreat. So we're hoping that people will come away having experienced Jesus and wanting to take a renewed look at their preaching. I'm very excited that Bishop Daniel Bodwin of the Northwest Ohio Synod will be our chaplain. Daniel is a colleague and a friend, and if you have had Bishop Daniel pray for and with you, you know what a profound experience that is. And if you have not had Bishop Daniel pray for and with you, I can only say that that in itself will make the retreat worthwhile. So I'm very excited that my friend Bishop Daniel will be our chaplain. People ask if we're going to be evaluating sermons and if people will need to preach, and the answer to both is no. A long time ago, when I first became bishop, people asked if I missed teaching, preaching, and for a long time I did not. I do at this point because I am so concerned about preaching and have always been concerned. What I don't miss is having to evaluate sermons and the resistance that comes when you do evaluate sermons. So we're going to do no sermon evaluation. Our hope is that people will think of their own preaching and do their own reflection and share what they will. So this is not a place to come and to complain about your pastor's preaching or preaching you've heard or the worst preaching. Because if you're not a preacher, your job will be to not talk about your preacher or sermons, but to consider yourself as a listener and how you can improve the preaching of your congregation by the way you and others listen and expect. Because what we find is if people expect Jesus to show up in worship and preaching, Jesus does, and sermons get better, even if the preacher remains the same. And if people are listening and looking for Jesus in preaching, they focus less on themselves. Because Jesus might show up in ways we don't expect and in ways we don't like, but that doesn't mean that Jesus is nonetheless present. So I am really excited about this retreat. I'm excited about being together. I'm excited because this will be an extended time and an extended conversation. And so I look forward to October and sharing with all those who will gather. And I invite you to be part of that conversation, whether you serve in the Northwest Lower Michigan or beyond. I'm Bishop Craig. The peace of Christ be with you always. Take care.